So, AmaZulu have traveled to Malawi. They are playing in Lilongwe, second leg. How do you see? Do you think this is the end of the journey for AmaZulu?
It's between two things. It could be they could continue the journey, or it could end here. Why would it end here? If Benny doesn't fix his house, Benny doesn't correct himself in terms of the things that he's doing on the media, because it's affecting players now, and he's coming out to say he shouldn't have said this, he shouldn't have said that. As a coach, you should know better, you should do better, you should lead by example. Remember, those players that are there, they look up to Benny, they respect him, but if he doesn't filter the same respect back to them, they're not going to perform for him. So therefore, it will be imminent to see him to leave the club. So let us have a sense of that Benny has altered his ways, manage his anger, stay a true professional in terms of how you go into interviews. It's not something that he should be taught. He has played at the highest level. So them going to Malawi would need a total mindset, good motivation to the player, good guidance, also showing his proper personalities on becoming a professional. So it could go good for him if he manages and he wins his changing room like he has done to put the team in the second spot. It wasn't by fluke. We saw where he took the team, and then he put them in a proper position, and they qualified for a tournament that they're participating in right now. If he were to sabotage himself, it all will be in terms of how he manages his team.
Ovina, not sure if you've been following Benni McCarthy and AmaZulu lately. Him and Kaitano Tembo exchanged some unsavory words in their midweek game, in the DSTV premiership. You're a coach. How do you think he conducted himself?
Well, I think both of them. I think they went. They took it too far. Also with Kate, he first of all called. Let me not use that language.
Yes, that word.
The word he called Benny and the reaction from Benny. My biggest worry, in the world now, people always see the reaction, but they don't see the action. Nobody talks about the action now. Everybody is talking about the reaction. But again, like what Sosibo said, Benny has, I think, an anger problem. This is not the first time in the touchline he has had a heated argument. And sometimes when he says things in the media, he doesn't know what he said. Later, he comes back and apologizes. He has done this, I think, twice also in the media. When he was with Cape Town City, he did also the same thing. But look, for me, one thing I don't know how I'm a coach, I know is the moment is a moment thing that somehow you get out of, you lose yourself, you forget whatever, and like nobody could tell you at that moment, because again, this football is a game of tension. You tense, you're emotional, you whatever you can even talk about is what football possesses and coaches possesses at that moment. So, but yes, like what Sosibo said, he should try and manage it, because also the way he manages it allows the players that plays for him to respect him. Whatever he utters, the words he says, the players, or it also reflects to the players. Because now for me, I'm thinking what kind of a coach he is. How does he address his players when he's angry? All those things comes to my mind when I watched when they had that heated argument, what he was saying, So it's really difficult to say, but honestly, Benny should just try and conduct himself.
Greg, do you think such would affect players, like how we don't know how he is in private, but that's what we saw in public?
Yes.
No, but for me, for me, I feel like, there's ways that coaches stand for their team, stand for their players. And one is Benny has this charisma, his idol is Jose Mourinho. And I feel like he's trying to become the African Jose Mourinho in terms of trying to take the pressure away from his players. Because with that incident, it's a typical scenario that happened every day in soccer, which you have you contest in terms of a decision that goes against you. It was a red card that Benny felt like it shouldn't be a red card, and the ref gave the red card, and which you cannot rescind again. You cannot. There's nothing you can do. You just need to concentrate on your team and see how you cope from there. But normally two benches, you have coaches that exchange words. It's normal in the game. The coaches will tell you, Obina and Kevin they will tell us, because normally this thing happen every day, but it mustn't be up to that extent to become personal now in terms of personal issue, because I believe, Benny and Catano, they're good friends. They're good friends for a very long time. They played together, and so there's personal issue you don't bring out no matter what the scenario is, because in that scenario, yeah, words being exchanged, but it doesn't warrant you to go into personal, So I just feel like there is a little bit of frustration from both sides. That can be settled. There can be calls in between themselves and just say, no, it could have happened like this. But AmaZulu as a whole, they're in a situation that they need to come out very, very quickly, in terms of their CAF Champions League now. So that's what they must be worried about, and they must. Benny and the whole technical team, in terms of the two striker, Nombete, they should be worried about getting them scoring goals now, because for a very long time now they haven't seen the back of the net. And going to Malawi is gonna be a difficult one, because they're playing the capital. But the advantage of AmaZulu now is going to be a closed door game, So there's no fans allowed in that game. So it's gonna be an advantage for them. They just need to play well and then give their best out. But I think, with the big bullets, the striker Hassan that is coming back in this game, which is the top goal scorer in the league, I think it's going to be a little bit difficult again for AmaZulu. But yeah, it's the way they start the game that's going to be important. AmaZulu need to score first and try to take it from there. But if big bullets score in the first 20 minutes or in the first 15 minutes, it's going to be a big pressure for AmaZulu to come out in that scenario.
And so should AmaZulu focus on the CAF Champions League or focus at home? Because I don't think their squad has enough depth to try and run for both.
Yeah, I would say focus at home, but they've got an opportunity, so they can hit two birds with one stone. But at this time, it looks like this bird is far away from them. So they should let go of it and focus on the close one, which is the league. So my feel is, as it looks right now, and the personality and the motivation on the other side with the Bullets, they're going to try and prove a point. And remember, those players that are there, they will try to also put themselves in the window to be selected to come into the country, because this is a rosy country. Most African players want to come and play the side, which the conditions are better, fields are better, infrastructure, everything. So it puts AmaZulu at the backhand, because when they go there, they don't know what they're going to be faced with. This is their first time being in this tournament, and which is a difficult one. So these they should take it as a lesson and a mental one of the mental games. They might come out from this a little bit blunt in a way, but I feel that players should try and get lessons from that. Sundowns also didn't have a good start, but look where they are today. So we should learn from our teams in South Africa that it's doable. Pirates have been there, Sundowns has been there, Chiefs just now finished in the final, so it's possible. But all you have to do is you always have to start in order to understand how far you can go. But at this point, not all is lost. as I said, if he control his changing room and keep them motivated, I don't think they're running short in terms of the financial motivation. But what is needed right now is for Benny to come up and speak like a proper coach and be a person that is going to educate those players, a coach that is going to support those players so they can deliver result for him. If that is not done, I doubt that they're going to come back with a positive result.
Bina, I mean, they are lucky that they're just traveling to Malawi. It's a 2 hour flight. I'm thinking, imagine you're going to Ouagadougou in Burkina Faso. Travel arrangements are different. You have PSL fixtures. Sometimes you'll have NetBank fixtures. It will take its toll on the squad of AmaZulu. Like if you were the coach, what would be the focus right now? Because you might finish out of the top 8, and I don't think they'll win the Champions League.
Look, I don't. For me, I don't believe also that they're also going there to add numbers. With the way they did at the PSL, finishing second position, I don't believe they're going there to add numbers. But also, I don't know much about the depth of the squad they have, but playing in the Champions League and also playing in the league, playing also in the cup competitions, it's going to be a big one for a team like AmaZulu. That's why when you look at Pirates, Sundown, Chiefs, you look at the quality and the players they have, the number of players they have. Sundowns, for example, have almost like 30 national team players, in their squad. So, and this has helped them over the years in every CAF competition to go through to the quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, So when you look at the depth of the squad, also playing and also winning the league, the local league, winning the cup, and also going to these competitions, doing very well. For AmaZulu, I believe it's their debut season, if I'm not mistaken, in the CAF Champions League. And few of the players have played in the Champions League, with other teams like Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns. But again, the squad entirely is a new tournament for them. The hostility of the fans. Okay, like Greg said, they will play in a closed door. But regardless that, closed door inside the stadium, but outside the stadium, the intimidation you receive before getting inside the stadium is a different thing. Because also, I was in back in Nigeria with Kano Pillars. We went to Senegal. I knew what we went through. Even when I was playing, when we played in the final of that was the last of CAF Confederation. It was called CAF Cup. Then with Eto'o de Sahel in the final, it was a disaster with the fans. What you see there with the fans is intimidating. So the first time for them when they see this, I just believe they should find a way to manage it. But other than that, football-wise, when I watched AmaZulu, even against Super Sports, I think they can come out in Malawi victorious. But also going further in the competition, when they start going further into the North Africa, the West Africa, that is where the football is. So, and I believe they will have to take it one game at a time. So, and maybe they grow in confidence. So, but with the kind of quality they have, I don't think AmaZulu will be a push away in the competition. But again, I hope they have a depth to cover all both the cup competition, the Champions League and the league.
If you haven't subscribed, don't forget, subscribe, so that we can keep giving you this content.